This is Clem with Sevendust. You asked and we answered. My least favorite question, hands down, is where'd you get the name from? Where'd you get the name Sevendust? That's definitely the least. It's like we've been around for almost 14 years. You know, it's like it doesn't even matter at this point. You know, we Sevendust. It's just a pesticide. There's no cool story to it.
Okay, so here we go. Lyra lives in Hawaii. She wants to know if you guys are going to come down there and rock out, at least for the soldiers, because they have no music scene apparently.
Yeah, there's been a couple times where we're supposed to go through there on our way to different places like Japan, and it's a good place to stop and kind of pit stop, break up the flights. But we don't have anything scheduled right now, but we definitely want to. I mean, there's always these weird different opportunities on Hawaii. There's like different people trying to get bands to come because there's not a lot of stuff going on there. So every time we hear about it, we're all like excited about it because we're like going to make a family vacation out of it. So
seems like a place where everybody want to play. I would think.
Yeah, you would think that everyone would be there. It's the most beautiful place ever. But
so hopefully soon you're planning on it.
Yeah, it'll happen eventually.
And Mike actually, and he's apparently your biggest fan ever. He wants to know if you guys ever play bass or Will It Bleed.
We play Will It Bleed every now and then at sound check, just because it's when we feel nostalgic. We want to jam it. Bass we haven't played in a long time, and that was one of my favorite songs we used to play live, and we'll probably bust it out on a future tour, like just because it's so. It just brings us back when we play some of those songs. We've been playing Black and Bitch for a long time, and every now and then we'll do Speak, a sound check, but Will It Bleed's like the one we'll do most of the time when we do sound check, when we're feeling like re-experiencing that first record. But yeah, those are cool songs. I mean, I always love playing them. I mean, we'll definitely bust them out for the next over the next 6 months.
Yeah, pretty much any of the deeper cuts, something out of the ordinary.
Bass especially, that used to be a fan favorite.
Why'd you stop playing it?
It's just one of those things where you gotta, balance, old material, new material, and then there's only a certain amount of time we have to play, so we can't play everything. So those are one of the songs that kind of, get lost because, first record happened a long time ago. We want to make sure we play some of that because there's the hardcore fans, but we got to get to some of the new and mid-career, there's a lot of stuff going on. So.
You guys have been around for a long time, so you got a lot of songs.
Yeah, it's a lot. It gets more challenging every record we put out.
Europe and South America.
We went to Europe a couple years ago and did the Rock and Ring and Rock and Park and those festivals, and we just always have had trouble getting over there. It's always money. It's always a lot because we haven't really put out a lot of product over there, and that's what.
Sevendust isn't like a big European band.
No, we're not at all. I mean, that sucks too because we love going to Europe, and we try to go as much as we can. We're going to try to go in the fall sometime. South America is great too. I mean, that we're just now starting talks about getting over there and doing that. And, South America, we hear from all of our friends that go there and other bands that you got to go because the crowds are great and the experience is amazing.
It's a big heavy music.
Yeah,
Mecca, everywhere but here, kind of. Oh, well, okay. How many years you guys been together, and what city are you from?
We're from Atlanta, Georgia. We got together in '95, something like that. And our, '96, I believe our record came out. So '95 is the year we were actually all this collective unit was put together.
What's the one thing you missed about home? Well, not home. What's the one thing you miss about down south, Atlanta?
The thing I miss about home is just, family's there, it's easy to that's where the home is. I mean, that's where your family's at, that's where your roots are, that's where your favorite restaurant's at, that's where you got everything dialed in there, you play a different place every day, you don't know what's going on, you don't know the lay of the land, and, I don't know, that's the thing about being down south, but I mean, we've accustomed to every different place, and so everywhere feels a little bit like home. We've been here, 100 times, so it's, we know everything about most cities.
You've been around the block.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of home, what do you do when you get home? What is? I mean, I'd say what does Sevendust do, but Clint is sitting in front of us. So what does Clint do when he's home, not touring?
We
not
all do
recording?
like different things. Like
Right.
the thing that we do most is just kind of unwind. You know, I mean, do normal, I do very normal things. I mean, I I just relax, man. I'll sit around for about a week and not do much of anything. I just kind of catch up with family and try. You know, sometimes I'll go visit. A lot of times on my time off, I'm traveling to go see my parents because everyone lives in different places. And so yeah, but you know, we just kind of hang. You know, I don't know. I don't do much of anything. I don't drink or do dope. You know, so I'm like, I just go do normal things. I go to the movies a lot. You know, I go out to eat. I cook a lot. I love cooking. And, you know, I feel like I'm doing matchmaker. You know.
Are you a good cook? Or you just
I am a
love
good
cooking?
cook. I'm not going to be modest about it. I know how to cook. I love it. I love it though. I mean, it's art. You know.
It is. So are you going to get in Hell's Kitchen anytime soon?
No, I wish though.
The metal version?
The metal version, yeah.
Um,
The deep hell kitchen.
what's your favorite Sevendust album?
Man, I want to say this new one we just did just because I just being gone, I appreciated the band a lot more, and that was I put a lot into it personally. I you know, I feel like I really tried to put it all out there for everybody, you know, and to me it's my favorite. I think it encompasses us as a band as far as, you know, our melodic structure, our heavy edge, our, you know, the things that make us who we are. I think that this album is it, you know.
Random question about Vinny, and it's not a hard one, don't worry. Did you really work at Great Western Meats?
What?
There's apparently a place called Great Western Meats in Loganville, Georgia.
I don't know. I mean, that sounds familiar. You know what? He probably had. Vinny's got he had an assortment of jobs. He was a construction worker. When I first joined the band, me and him, he was doing heating and air, installing heating and air units in houses. And me and John, we helped Vinny for like 6 months or whatever. After we finished our first record, it was recorded and everything. We just had this time off and we had no money, so we worked on these, you know, did these jobs with Vinny. But you know, we did construction, all kinds of different stuff. Vinny could have worked anywhere, you know.
So you're like the blue collar band.
Yeah, exactly.
Are you familiar with the 40 Watt Club in Athens?
Absolutely, yeah.
I guess it's a small place. I've never been there, but
Yeah.
it's small.
That's very cool.
Will you ever play a place like that again?
Oh yeah, yeah. We play small places now. You know, we play big places on big tours, and then you know we do headline tours. Sometimes we play very small places. And,
It seems like, from the question, it seems like a ridiculously small place.
yeah, I mean, we fit in the very small places. I mean, if it's just ridiculously small, we can't do it. I mean, but we'll maybe do an acoustic set there. You know, we're not scared to do anything for money. No, I'm joking.
Is there a place that you have performed that you would never go back to for any particular reason?
There has been a few places. You know, there's been a lot of places we played at the end of the night. We're like, we're never coming back here. I would say that I do not ever want to play the Masquerade in Atlanta, Georgia again.
Huh. Is there a reason?
Just because it's beat down. The people there that were never really that cool. I remember having a lot of run-ins with the people that actually run a place. I don't even know if they're even the same people there, but we played there not too long ago. And it just, I don't know. I just don't like it anymore. There's other cool places to play in Atlanta. I just don't want to play Masquerade anymore. I would, but I don't want to.
Before becoming Sevendust, what other names did you guys consider?
We had a bunch of stupid names. We're a cross base, and then someone else had that name. So then we were like Hurt Circle. We had a band name for 2 days called Stash that our record company tried to make us have. So we changed it, and then Sevendust because we knew it didn't have any. It would just fit for some reason. We don't know why.
What was your biggest challenge as a band that you had to overcome, and how did you overcome it?
The biggest challenge of the band, I don't know, for us, it's always, you know, you got so many records, you want to, you know, stop from, you know, sounding the same and being real repetitive, so we're always having to try to figure out a way to write music and do music that doesn't sound like what we've done in the past, because it's really hard. We can start out a song idea that's completely different from what Sevendust is, and by the time we finish it, record it, and put all the bells and whistles on it, it sounds like Sevendust, you know. But yeah, that's the challenge. But we've been through a lot of different things, you know, personally and financially. We've been through a lot. The biggest challenge I think that we always have had is not getting robbed, you know, not getting managers that steal from us, and not having record companies take advantage of us, you know.
Which is a hard thing to do in this industry, I would
Yeah,
think,
it's
especially
very hard.
when you were a young man, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Morgan question, for the
Okay.
easy one again. Morgan once told us that he sits on the exercise ball to play video games. Does he ever actually use it to work out?
No, Morgan does not work out. He'll do like one workout when we first go on tour for like the first day, and the rest of the tour, he's pretty much a vegetable. Except when we get on stage, of course, he plays.
Well, I'm sure you've met a lot of people. A lot of people. Any celebrities where you were kind of floored by meeting them? Starstruck, if you will.
Yeah, I mean, there's been like I saw Jack Nicholson one time. I was pretty freaked out by that, you know. We've met all the like Jay Leno's and Dave Letterman's, and I met Mike Tyson. Just like bumped into him, literally like bumped into him. That was pretty intimidating.
Aggressively, I hope not.
And he's like, "What are you doing?" But, yeah, it was kind of it was abrupt, you know. But I mean, you know, I don't. There's people in Los Angeles that you'll see. I saw Al Pacino and eating in this Italian restaurant. I was like one table away from him, and I could hear him talking, but I didn't say anything to him. You know, I was just like, he had so much like charisma, man. It was just, Al Pacino is just amazing.
It's one of those guys who, even if you didn't know who it was, you would know he was somebody.
Yeah. He just has that thing, you know.
Are there any cities more loyal to Sevendust than Atlanta?
Yeah, Orlando is pretty much over Atlanta as far as the amount of people that come see us and the support that we get from radio. Orlando's, you know, beats Atlanta. We love Atlanta because it's home and everyone's awesome there, and we have a really good fan base there. But Orlando is always coming to the party. This is Clem with Sevendust. You asked and we answered.